All right, so here we have one of my favorite clients, and he just chopped off his hair. He used to have a burst fade, and now he's going into a mid to kind of high taper to kind of clean up that area left from the last haircut. So right now I'm taking my trimmers and I'm putting in that bald line, and it's going to be sort of a burst kind of taper. It's going in the same roundness that it's already going in, and I want to clean it up just a little bit better. And then at the back, I'm just going to put a pretty straight kind of curved line going with the head at the back to make this taper, mid to high. Very clean, very straight lines. Because the better that you have that baseline, that guideline, the cleaner the haircut will be. This is like one of my first times actually doing this kind of camera angle. So if you can't see, just let me know and I'll try to do it again. But again, I am using this little pointed kind of triangle shape to give me an easier way to make a burst kind of taper on the edges. So now I'm going in with a 1.5 and I'm going to take it up to almost a parietal ridge as I'm flicking out the clippers. And I am using the Gamma Alphas here. Very, very, very clean. I'm trying to make sure that I'm going exactly where I want to be, not too high and not too low, and I'm not leaving a lot of bulk. So I'm just doing quite a bit of lever play, and I'm just making sure that what I'm cutting is very, very, very clean. As I'm going higher, my blade is all the way open, and as I come down, I'm kind of lever playing but closing it because the hair is getting a bit shorter. Now I am using a 1 guard and I am slightly going almost up to that 1.5 guard, and I'm trying to take out darkness in the haircut. Now there are various ways to, cut hair, and you just kind of have to find a flow that you want, but you can cut it, whatever way that works best for you. I like to fade down because I don't like to leave a lot of lines. So now the 1.5 has kind of left a little bit of bulk, so now I'm going back in with the 2 and I'm taking that bulk completely off. So it's going to leave his hair just a bit textured at the top. Again, I'm angling off of the parietal ridge. I'm not going into it, I'm angling off of it, which will give him a nice, head shape. It'll give the hair a nice head shape. Again, I'm still flicking out. And now I'm going to make a very clean open blade line right at the bottom. Again, the blades are all the way open. And I'm making a line flicking out about almost, I want to say like a little bit over half an inch. And again, I'm just kind of flicking out. And as you can see, I try to get the camera a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just making sure that this baseline is very, very clean, because this is where you will see the majority of faded hair. This is where the precision cutting comes into play. And now I'm lever playing just a little bit, and I'm definitely flicking out because I do not want to create another line. And now I'm just going off of the bottom baseline and I'm flicking out. I'm using my corners. I'm not really using the complete full blade. I am using that right corner. Now I'm using that 0.5 and I'm going to aim for that middle line. I use it halfway because that seems to almost always kind of completely get rid of that middle line. As you can see, it's just kind of going right away. And again, this comes with time and understanding your client's hair. Every single person has different hair. Everybody's head shape is different, and what works for one client, may not work for the next. So this is just something that I know works for me. Now I have my foilers, the FX3, which is my favorite, and I'm going to slightly flick out, making sure that I am not leaving another line. That is the most important part. Now I'm going to use my Stylecraft sabers, and I'm going to give him a nice, fresh lineup. I'm not creating my own. I'm just going with what is natural on the hairline, so when it grows out, it doesn't grow out very thick, needing a haircut, emergency haircut, because it looks bad. I'm just going right along what's already there. Some people, use a comb to go behind the ear. I choose to use a brush with this client because his hair is curly. So I made my line at the front, I made it at the bottom, and now what I'm doing is I'm making a nice little curve, and I'm pretty much playing connected dots here. So you want it nice and smooth and round, just like that. These trimmers, I love these trimmers because they are zero gaps. But the zero gap, it just cuts very nice. And that's something that I love about, working with Stylecraft products, is that they have a zero gap that covers the blade when you initially get it. And it's the blade cover, and it also has a soft zero gap right on there as well. So you don't always have the hard zero gap, and you'll get the same clean, effect that you would, hard. Hard is just obviously harder. So these are kind of my soft clippers, and they do not hurt, they don't cut. I make sure that my clippers are in great shape every time before I cut hair. So again, we are going around the ears, nice and smooth, playing connect the dots, and we're gonna go right around the other way. So, that's how you do a taper, and you pretty much complete this process all around the head. Now, as a burst haircut, this isn't a circular, motion, so I'm trying to make sure that I keep that circle. So where that triangle is, I'm just gonna cut straight up, because that triangle is gonna automatically kind of give that burst effect. So I'm just cutting slanted, and you're gonna see me slowly but surely use these corners and kind of get in there and make sure that that triangle is completely gone. Now I'm going to use the 5 to make sure that it's nice and clean, and I'm getting that last line out they may have came from the open blades. I want everything to be nice and clean. I try my hardest to give every single client the best haircut I possibly can. Now I'm gonna use Style Craft and I'm gonna line him up. The style, and these are the Style Craft Instincts, and they are very sharp, but they do not cut my clients. This won't cut the face, but on the neck, it can get a little sensitive because how sharp they are. Kind of making sure that it's nice and clean, and I'm flicking out at that baseline of skin. As you can see, I have that burst effect, and now I'm just lining up the front hairline on the sides. So now I'm going to take the gold sabers and I'm going to do a little bit of trimmer over comb, and this is just my preference. You can use scissors if you like, but a little bit of trimmer over comb, and this is just gonna get, you know, precise in there too, where I'm seeing a little bit of dark spots. And this is me taking them out even more with the scissors. And this is thinning. So now I'm gonna give him a nice fresh lineup again with the Style Craft Instincts, and it's gonna be nice and fresh. I'm not gonna go into the places where the hairline is not as thick. I don't wanna push my client's lineup back too far. I just wanna keep them looking nice and natural, yet very, very fresh. You kind of know what kind of clients you're gonna get, so that's just how he prefers to have his hair. But I would never try to push or ask somebody to be pushed back. That's not really my style. I always double check with my client to make sure that what I'm giving them they actually like. So we don't get all the way to the end of the haircut and it's like, oh, I don't like this. No. And there you have it. This is how you do a mid to high blowout taper. On the next video, part 2, we'll be going over the beard, and it'll be a kind of diagonal kind of fade. So you definitely want to see that. I'm going to show you the finished product in this video. In the next video, I'll give a tutorial on how to actually do the beard. Beards are very specific and it can make or break the entire haircut. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace.
The lineup for you.
That's not.
All right, thanks for coming in. I'm fresh now. We are all done. Be clean. Look at him, he clean. Do 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 do.